oh, Sadie Sink, Kit Connor.
Yeah.
Whaleheads, rise up, Sadie Sink, and another thing.
Whaleheads.
Hi, everybody. I'm Amy Newman.
And I am Chris Carr, and we are two filthy casuals.
And we know that getting into a new fandom can be intimidating with all the gatekeepers out there.
It sure can. And that's why on this podcast, we talk about fandoms, ask some questions, and that way you can dip your toe in sans judgment. And today, we've got some breaking news.
We do. And before we get into that breaking news, though, real quick, breaking news for us in our little sphere of the internet. I just want to shout out our new Patreon subscribers. A huge thank you to Carlos and is it Andrea? I never freaking know.
You tell us.
You tell us. You get in those comments and you correct my pronunciation so I can say it right. But they have joined us as filthiest casuals over on the Patreon. You can too. For just $5 a month, come get some bonus episodes. Come hear me mispronounce your name as a thank you.
You'll hear me mispronounce most things because Texas school, public education.
Yeah, we're chatting the Ted Lasso premiere this week. So come get you some. Patreon.com/twofilthycasualspod.
So much exciting news happening.
That's the most breaking news I can think of. Chris, anything on your plate? Well,
as of the time of this recording, we have a Cyclops. And we're not talking
Odyssey. I saw the Odyssey too.
I have to skip that part.
Oh, sure.
Eyeball.
Some of the most famous eye violence.
Yeah, which I love that the internet was like, Chris, I don't know if you're aware. I'm like, I am, guys.
Yeah, I got that.
But good looking out, and I appreciate you.
Yeah.
But we have our X-Men Cyclops,
yes,
which is very exciting. And what we had originally planned on doing was talking to you guys about Emma Frost, because that casting came first. And this actually answers some of my questions kind of about where we're going with the X-Men.
And remind me who the Emma Frost is?
Emma Frost is going to be played by Samara Weaving.
I like her.
She's incredible. I figured you would like her because, I mean, Scream Queen royalty.
Oh, can anyone do just like a feral little yell like her? Work it in, Marvel. Give her a good guttural shriek.
Oh, they should. They should. She'll have some kind of psychic attack happen to her because Emma Frost is a telepath, telekinetic, and I'm sure there's going to be some kind of crazy thing where we get to have that kind of screech come out of her. If you have not seen The Babysitter, if you have not seen the Ready or Not films, if you have not seen Guns Akimbo,
have you seen Ready or Not?
I have not seen them.
I think that would be right in your wheelhouse of you'd find it fun.
Logan watched it and was like, I think you're good.
It's fun.
And then it's that second one, I think, that he was like, we still need to watch that. I was told there's just a scene in Ready or Not that was like hey, maybe this is where you'll go to the bathroom.
They're a little gory, but you see it coming.
There's a part where she's crawling over stuff that I was told, like, maybe not for you.
Yeah.
But I can always just also do a wee and then listen.
Yeah.
And then my imagination will make it worse.
So much worse.
Yeah. But they cast her, and I thought it was such an interesting thing to have this be our second mutant. Because at this point, I'm going to assume you all have seen Brand New Day. We have Jean Grey in there, the worst kept secret I think Marvel's ever done. So we had two telepathic characters announced, and Emma Frost is sometimes a baddie, sometimes Jean's romantic rival. What we got?
For whomst?
Jean and Emma both date Cyclops. Cyclops has a psychic affair with Frost, and then they get busy.
They're cheating in their minds?
Yeah. You think that, like, emotional cheating is bad? What if you're having sex in your brain?
What if you go into your brain and then call someone your work wife in your mind?
Oh. Yeesh.
Oof.
That's bad.
Yeah.
But I was interested because, we've got, Sadie Sink, who's 24, Samara Weaving, who's 34. In Hollywood, it's not insane for a man to date those two ages. But it did make me go, okay, maybe she's going to be more of like the mentor role, headmistress kind of thing, a teacher, a faculty member, since Sadie's still playing teenagers and Samara Weaving is not.
Right.
And now that we have our Cyclops, it's answering that question a little bit for me, I think, because we're having Kit Connor play Cyclops. So he's Scott Summers.
And how old is he?
He, I believe, is about 23 years old, 24 years old. Yeah.
So
right
probably
around that
pairing
age.
him more with Sadie
Jean.
Sink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which makes a lot of sense. The original comics that came out in the 1960s, we started out with gifted youngsters. They were teenagers who Xavier was training and teaching them how to use their gifts. So it seems like we're going back to that source material, not so much the kind of X-Men 97 stuff we have where they're in their 30s.
Now, Kit Connor. I'm going to I'm gonna be everybody's confused mom for a minute because I saw that name, and here's the thing: when I see there's a certain pocket of young white guys in Hollywood where I have to flip through a Rolodex of about 6 names.
Ooh, okay.
And immediately I was like, Kit Connor. That is not Callum Turner.
Correct.
Mr. Dua Lipa.
Mm-hmm.
That is not Josh O'Connor, who is not Jack O'Connell.
Yes.
2 different people.
Those are 2 different people.
Know him by sight, not by name. And also, every time I see one of these guys, I'm like, which the fuck one of you was the other guy in Challengers? Don't know who that was at this point. I've completely lost the plot on that. I'm like, who kissed, I think, Josh O'Connor in Challengers?
I don't remember his name.
No, but they're all like, I just have a like wrong dots connecting thing every time I hear these names.
I can't remember. Did we talk about the Challengers boys looking like mice who had been turned into men?
I may have been the one who brought this up.
Okay, I thought so.
I think about it a lot.
All right, that makes sense. Where I was like, I feel like this was a you conversation.
They wish to be human.
Yeah, very much so. If they do a live action Rescuers Down Under, boy howdy.
Hey, that movie was not homoerotic enough.
Challengers or Rescuers Down Under?
Yes.
Because I agree on both counts.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But Kit Connor is, what I first saw him in was when he was little baby Elton John.
Okay.
And he's the one who he gets the piano to and is like, you need to move your beer. And he was great. It's wonderful.
Movie. Underratedly good movie.
Really, really good movie.
Shout out Rocket Man.
Such a good one. I love it so much.
Bohemian Rhapsody, you wishes.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, Logan almost ruined it because he watched it like every day. Because he does, I'm going to watch this, like I'm going to play a record over and over again.
Sure.
And I can't sometimes. I'm just like, a new movie, please. Not the same one every day.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody was... Yeah.
But to say I like things more than other things now, because apparently that's very controversial.
Which is ridiculous.
We
are going to pause for a second. For a couple of you who are behaving like real fart sniffers, all right? And I don't say that lightly. Thank you for proving the whole point of this podcast when someone voices a different opinion than you and being like, that's bad and wrong and stupid.
2 things. Just 2 quick, and then we'll move past it. 3 things.
Oh.
1, I was not shitting on Spider-Man. I have personal preferences of other movies I like more. 2, a movie making more money does not automatically mean everybody's going to like it more. That's just not how that works. And 3, with all the love in my heart, this ain't an airport, babe. You don't need to announce your departure.
Were you even subscribed in the first place?
You can just go. It's totally fine.
Yeah. Weird. I love when people bring up box office like it means a movie's good because these are the same people, too, who shit on Spider-Man 3 or Amazing Spider-Man 2. Those did well at the box office, you guys. They did.
Yeah.
That's just a fact. Did we like it? Most folks, no.
So
People
anyways,
still went,
that's my quick sidebar on that. So what was I saying? That I think the Rescuers Down Under is more homoerotic than Challengers? And I think the internet might have some issues with that take as well.
They might.
But here we are.
Could be. But yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody was a weird movie, I thought. And then Rocket Man was a breath of fresh air when it came to the musical biopic. He also was in Heartstoppers.
I know people love that.
It's really, really charming.
Yeah.
It's really, really sweet.
Kind of a rom-com.
Yeah, it's like a YA rom-com. It's a coming-of-age story, and it's a coming-out story as well. And what's fun is, so Joe Locke or Joe Lockey, I can never know if you actually say that E. I could know. I could probably just look it up, but meh. He plays Billy Maximoff. So he already is in Marvel. He plays, he's in Agatha All Along, the little witchy boy. And he played Kit Connor's love interest.
Oh.
So those boys have worked together. They obviously have great chemistry, so that's going to be fun if they get to team up at any point.
So we're getting some homoeroticism.
We are getting
in
some.
the MCU.
Hopefully they pair them up at some point together. And Kit's also...
I've been really good. I'll go watch all the TV shows.
Once again, can we direct you to some fan fiction that might be helpful? He's a great actor. He's done a stint on Broadway. He was in Romeo and Juliet. He is going to be one of the leads in the upcoming Elden Ring movie. So he's an up-and-comer that's doing really well. Yeah.
Booked and busy.
And that seems to be kind of what Marvel's doing here right now, too, which is smart. And this is what they did first gen Marvel, phase 1 Marvel, of having actors who were on the rise and were having some success, but weren't household names. I mean, you had Robert Downey Jr., who was a comeback story, right? It was hard to insure that actor at that point. Chris Hemsworth was on a couple like procedurals and soap operas. Tom Hiddleston was on a procedural. Like, these weren't people like we know them now.
Yeah.
And I think that's the smart thing to do here. One, so you get actors who are young and you can have them for, the 10 to 15 years potentially that you are going to need to work with them.
Yep.
And also, the IP does speak to itself to a certain degree. You don't really have to sell me on the X-Men as a person who enjoys the X-Men. I want to go see them, and I want to see them be told well. And then when you pair it with an actor who's got chops, hell yeah. What a time.
Not that younger people don't like these movies, but making it feel fresh and exciting. I think maybe part of where it does feel like Marvel's stalling out a little is... And yes, millennials are the one with the buying power, but I'm relieved to hear that it isn't just going to be, hey, those X-Men movies you loved when you were younger, we got everybody back. We're doing it all the same way. Like, it's not nostalgia bait. It's, hey, if you're a young person, you probably are watching something like, Stranger Things or Heartstopper, and you're like, oh, Sadie Sink, Kit Connor.
Yeah.
Whaleheads, Rise Up, Sadie Sink, and another thing.
Whaleheads. They all ripped off that honk if you love the mummy bumper sticker and we're like,
it's just that picture that goes around all the time of Brendan Fraser in that movie.
Oh no.
It's just a little car decal of him floating away at the end. Spoilers, he floats away at the end. Have I made my hatred of that movie sufficiently clear?
Honestly, no. I feel like you could go hard on it.
It's so bad. If you love the whale, please do not come for me in the comments.
His performance is very good.
His performance is very good.
That's a lot of Academy fare for me, though, too. Wow, that was so well acted. I never want to watch this ever again.
Yep.
Yeah. So, hearing this casting, and hearing that Cyclops and everything, as somebody who is not a big superhero movie person, like you are a cinephile, but not necessarily a comic book person.
Sure.
Right? And
I feel like X-Men I don't, because I've kept pretty up with present day Marvel.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I have a decent idea of who our main players are in that.
Well, and those the first iterations of those movies, too, came out when I was in, I think, junior high. So you were Whittle.
Yeah.
And you were far too Whittle for X-Men 97.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I saw some of them. I don't have super strong memories. Yeah. There's a fucking lot of these guys.
There are.
There's a fucking lot of these guys.
All of our comments on Doomsday, I think, or no, on Brand New Day, where it was just like, just wait till Amy finds out about like the East Coast Avengers and these people. I was like, you can't, guys, no, we're not doing it.
Be gentle with me.
We're not getting into an X-Men's another where it's like, there's X-Force, there's so many of them.
I mean, that must be... It's also to some degree, but I click more with the genre, how it always feels getting into a new horror franchise of like, oh, I love the Nightmare on Elm Street films. And it's immediately just like, do you prefer 6 or 7? Like, I don't know. I don't know.
But does this make you...
I don't actually know if there's a 6 or 7. I forget. I have the box DVD set. I'm sorry.
Does this casting get you excited about what is coming with Marvel, though, after seeing Brand New Day, which you were like, this is fine?
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. Which, again, everyone, nuance. When somebody says something is like a good movie, that's fine.
Take it.
Just leave it.
Do you know how many of my favorite movies I would kill to hear someone else say, I liked it, it didn't blow my hair back? Are you aware what I would give?
Please join our Patreon and go to the episode about Dicks the Musical.
I never did that.
I thought we did. We didn't on Patreon?
No.
I could have sworn.
I made you watch it.
I did. And
But
then we
it
watched
was not
it again.
content.
Oh, I thought it was.
I made you watch it twice.
No, because then we watched it with Logan.
Oh, okay.
And we both were wrong. We were like, he's going to love it. And he was like, this is fine. And we were like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
But like, does this move the needle for you in any way about where Marvel's going?
In that I have said, and I stand by, I want new friends.
Yeah.
I am excited to see the opportunity start coming up for a torch to get passed.
Mm.
And I think Marvel suddenly is cooking with gas a little bit on that of like, okay, we have that. We have T'Challa's son stepping up as Black Panther. We're casting young, exciting actors, and we're lining ourselves up. Because even I know we've had some confusion on the like, what do you mean this is a sequel to Endgame?
Yeah.
And I guess I would even be less bothered by how much it does feel like we got to get Robert Downey Jr. back and we're trotting out Captain America, even though he went to the beach that makes you old and he's old now with Peggy or whatever. If this genuinely feels like why isn't the internet like me? I understand this so clearly. If this does feel like a bit of a passing of the torch, I think I would understand more and be less bothered by all these actors coming back. So it does make me somewhat excited on that front. How about you as a fan, as someone who, because you like the X-Men a lot, don't you?
I love the X-Men.
Yeah.
I love the X-Men. I think they're fantastic. They're incredible. They're wonderful.
Yeah.
They're uncanny, if you will. And I'm really excited to see this version of them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've talked about this a little bit before. My unpopular opinion is I don't really like Jean Grey very much. I don't enjoy that character a lot. I think they overdo the Phoenix Saga tremendously. So my hope here also is, because we're getting, the young X-Men and we're setting them up this way and we've already established like a teacher here. I'm hoping we kind of dive into some other also villains who are really associated with these two characters.
Like, who would you want to see?
Mr. Sinister.
Oh.
Guess what? He's one of your favorite things. He is clone. We've talked about how clones are flirty.
Oh, clones are, well, someone cloning you is flirty.
Well, guess what he likes to do?
Does he clone people?
He likes to do eugenics and he likes to steal people's DNA. He's obsessed with Scott Summers. So much so.
I would like to go on record and say not all of that is my favorite thing. You're like all your favorite things. Eugenics.
Fair. He is obsessed with him,
weirdly, the comment section, silent on that misunderstanding.
They're like,
okay, whatever.
That's fine. So Sinister does this thing. They talk about it in X-Men 97, actually, too. They do this where he clones Jean Grey.
Okay.
Swaps out Jean with her clone.
I stand by it. We have discussed this. If someone clones you, that's
flirting.
That's flirting. You want two of me?
His goal of doing this is to get Scott and Jean to get busy and for him to take that baby. Because they have such high-powered mutant DNA and he's fascinated with mutation. He's a scientist. And so he is constantly performing experiments, horrible experiments on different mutants, but he is trying to make like this genetically perfect mutant.
His name sounds so fun.
Mr. Sinister?
I pictured maybe a skeleton in a bowler hat.
Oh, that would have been great. That would have been lovely.
I don't feel like that's what we're getting here.
That's what he looks like.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, he's spooky. And then he got little people in tubes. Gosh, he's
Damn.
crazy.
Does not miss a leg day.
No.
Gotta
no.
give him
No
that.
one in X-Men does. I mean, look at, well, this is the 1960s one. Look at freaking Cyclops here. I didn't know muscles could be there. That's crazy.
Wow.
But really, really spooky stuff. X-Men also has always been a thing that, again, you do actually like, character-driven stories. Where we are going to look at these outsiders in a very humanistic way.
Yeah.
And try to figure out why they don't fit into society. And where we left off with Jean, I think, does put us in a really great place. I've enjoyed the internet being like, I can't believe we're supposed to have forgiven Jean for what she did to Peter. No, you weren't. You're not. She's on the path to redemption.
Mm-hmm.
We have the potential for her to become a hopefully better person or a hero or something of that nature. She's just starting her journey.
Yeah.
And
she's going off to go apple picking, it looks like.
Yes. She's going to see the leaves change.
It was very autumnal. And I was like, ooh.
The practical magic music just started playing.
Girl, you got like a lead on some apple cider donuts? Because you gotta let a bitch know.
As she's looking out that window on the bus, just do, 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 do. It's great. But I think that where we leave Jean sets us up for a mutant threat because we live in a world where people have superpowers and we've put them on lunchboxes and we've had conventions for them. And yes, we had the Sokovia Accords to kind of monitor who heroes were and everything and powered people were. But we haven't had people just kind of running around messing stuff up and hurting individuals. Not too much. There have been little pockets of things here and there. Like in Wonder Man, we do have, somebody who was powered who accidentally uses their powers incorrectly. It's stuff like that. So I think we're set up in a really great place for the public to start getting scared of mutations and to see them as the other, which is what X-Men always has talked about. And then when you introduce someone like Magneto, we can get into all of their like philosophical things, society versus us kind of thing. But Sinister works so well because he can operate in the shadows and play on those fears of, that's right, these people are genetically superior to you. And look what happens when I control them and when I clone them or when I moderate them in some way and manipulate their genes.
But that hasn't been announced. That's just kind of your wish
that's
list
what I would
with
love.
The age range we're looking at for these characters.
Yeah, because we got a lot of time to build to that too. Because that's the other thing. I don't like when Marvel treats their villains in movies like a monster of the week. Why Thanos was so effective was because we built to that. He was looming in the shadows for so long. And I think you can do that with Sinister. Very, very literally.
So you'd want him to be kind of our big bad?
Yeah, I'd want to build to it. I would want to maybe have just like some kind of like, I don't know, threat in the first few movies that the X-Men have to deal with. And it could just be essentially like finding their place in society. But then introducing him maybe 2 or 3 movies in.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Are there any other X-Men you feel strongly about wanting an announcement soon on them?
Ooh, thank you for asking. Okay. So,
because we're basically just completely hitting the restart button then on the
pretty
X-Men.
much, yeah.
Our old X-Men friends, not old, but previous X-Men friends.
Yeah.
Am I tripping? Are those actors going to be in Doomsday?
Some of them are, yeah.
So,
because we've got Patrick Stewart coming back as Charles, we've got Ian McKellen as Magneto, James Marsden is coming back as Cyclops, which should hopefully be a redemptive moment for him.
So these characters, this casting is not for this. This is probably a post-Doomsday. We will backtrack the timeline?
Potentially.
Or a different
I might lose
universe.
You a little bit here. Yeah. So the Secret Wars thing, that is when all of our worlds collide, right? All those universes. We have an incursion event. So that is where we could see some of these characters pop up as if they were from different universes or things. I would assume like Kit Connor, Samara Weaving, they're in our 616-ish or however you want it, whatever number MCU is supposed to be. They'd probably be in this universe because we have the Fox X-Men, if you will, are from another universe.
Okay.
But we have the potential for them meeting because that's kind of the point of those incursions and battle world where people are pulled to.
Okay.
So they could be in that movie, but this probably is looking like towards the reset more than like Multiverse of Madness, where it was like, hey, look at other people being characters.
Right.
But what I would love is to go back to this original kind of grouping here. So when we first kick off with X-Men and these gifted youngsters, we have Cyclops, we have Jean Grey, we have Beast, we have Iceman, and we have Angel.
I feel like do you not get a lot of Iceman in film? Have we had an Iceman before?
We have in the Fox X-Men movies.
Okay.
He wasn't
I do not really remember him then.
He was, I mean, they paired him up with Kitty Pryde.
Okay.
And so
I've seen some of them, not all of them.
Yeah. Well, and he's kind of a secondary character in those films. You know, he's there to be like Rogue's love interest, Kitty Pryde's love interest. So we have that kind of like, and the teens are over here, but the adults are talking because those movies really focused on them more than the others.
Gotcha.
And so I would love to bring him back because we haven't had him for quite some time. The last time we saw him was briefly in Days of Future Past.
Okay.
Beast, obviously we have seen before, and he will be in Doomsday. That's Kelsey Grammer reprising his role.
Gotcha.
But I'd love to bring in a new guy for this. A lot of folks have talked about having the gentleman who plays Dunk on Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Is that it on the House of the Dragon show? Seven Kingdoms. And I love that guy.
Yeah.
I think he's so good. I really liked him on Bad Sisters. And then when he was Sir Dunk, I thought he was just so charming and so wonderful. And I think that'd be really smart casting. Angel, we have had briefly in the movies before, too.
Right.
That was Ben Foster, I believe, in X-Men Last Stand.
Okay.
And he's another one who would tie into Sinister because he experiments on him.
There you go.
Goes from Angel to Archangel. So I would like kind of the original class, if you will, to be our characters in here. And then you can start bringing in other folks.
Yeah.
I know some people, too, have talked about bringing in some of those other teen 90s characters, doing a Jubilee again, that kind of thing. And you absolutely could. It just kind of depends on what they want to do with this series as well. Same thing with somebody like a Kitty Pryde. Do you want to have Shadowcat in there already? Do you want to stay with these classic characters and slowly integrate other ones? Or do you want to introduce newer mutants into the fold who are, characters who were established around, like, the early aughts?
Right.
Because we've got, decades of characters to go through here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of mutants. There's a lot.
Are there any nasty little freaks you want to see in the mix?
Oh, man. I'm going to show you a picture of this one.
Okay.
So there's this X-Men called Marrow.
I like that you immediately thought of someone.
So this one, their bones grow like too fast and too big, basically.
Whoa.
And so they are able to pull bones out and use them as weapons.
That's crazy.
It's awesome and sick. And a lot of times they give her like this kind of like bone crown of sorts, which is really, really rad.
Where's she?
Not in any of the things, and I need her to be.
I like her vibe.
She's great, and I love her. I'm sure at some point we've only had her kind of pop up as a cameo of sorts. Kevin Feige loves this X-Men called Dazzler. She's a performer. She basically has like these kind of like light powers, kind of like Jubilee. And she very much is like, no, I don't want to like fight crime or do anything like that. Like I'm really good at my job. And she has this really messed up kind of origin story of like she's thinking about using her powers and she's going to kind of like present herself to the world, and a horrible accident happens while it's going off. So she's like blamed for all this stuff.
Whoa.
That might be a harder sell, though, to be like, this pop star mutant who now is fighting crime. Like, I understand how hokey that can be, but fun.
But fun.
I'd love a new Nightcrawler in the mix. Again, we're having Nightcrawler come back, but that's a really cool character, especially if you are going to have Rogue, which I'm sure we will. They're half siblings, so I'd love that. Yeah.
All right. And you feel overall positive about the casting and everything?
I really do so far. I really liked Sadie Sink, and I think she's a good Jean Grey. I'm hoping we stay away from like the Phoenix stuff that happens where she's so overpowered and all this stuff. Leave that for a while because we've done that in every single X-Men film ever. I don't want that right now. I really like Kit Connor. I think he's a wonderful actor. He also, like watching the last Heartstopper movie, really like got even more muscular, and that might have been for Elden Ring, but I do wonder if it was like I'm getting in a Marvel movie kind of training.
Sure.
And then Samara Weaving, I mean, incredible.
She's great.
Love her. She's so good. The thing that I'm interested in casting now is your Charles and your Magneto, who I do think you have to have both of them. But Magneto is, I mean, canonically tied to the Holocaust. He's a survivor of that. And how do you then play that out? Sometimes comics have had it so he's had a incredibly long life and his powers allow him to live longer. Or do you pick another ferocious atrocity in a history and reset that character with a new origin story? That's a tricky thing that I'm not sure how they'll handle.
Yeah. Interesting.
As a just moviegoer, what would you want to see in these movies?
I don't know, because I don't know the comics, so I don't have the like, oh, and this storyline's really good and that kind of thing. I think, like you said, character-driven stories. I think whatever we do, just really focusing on that and focusing on, it's hard to do X-Men without it, but what I do know of X-Men is it always really works really well when you are using them as that metaphor for, whether it's civil rights or, othered groups socially. Mm-hmm. So I think not shying away from that, especially in this political climate, is a really strong way to go. And then just making it really interesting, character-driven stories and maybe a little bit more intimate, insular stories like we've been talking about. Not everything needs to be shooting off into outer space.
Yeah.
So if there's a threat that feels kind of X-Men specific, mm-hmm. I think at least for a couple of films, I'd be on board with that.
Yeah. Build to all of those intergalactic events because they're there.
I'm not mad about them existing ever.
Yeah.
It's just, it's a nice palate cleanser to change the scale of the threat sometimes.
For sure. And I think it's a lot more interesting sometimes when the enemy is the home you're trying to protect.
Right.
It makes it a pretty heartbreaking story, ultimately, of mm-hmm. I'm trying to help save all of you, even though you would not save me.
Yeah. Boom.
Yeah. But guys, what do you think? Are you excited about this casting? Are you looking forward to X-Men? Do you wish everybody was still like 40 and having babies? I don't know. You tell me.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. And that's what you're getting in Doomsday, babies. Everyone's a dad.
As we mentioned earlier, you can find us on Patreon if you want more chat and content and episodes. Patreon.com/twofilthycasualspod for your 2 bonus episodes every single month. Thank you again to our new patrons. And you can always find us on social media at twofilthycasualspod. Go ahead and drop us a follow on TikTok or Instagram. And if you're listening and you want a video version, we are on YouTube and vice versa. We are on every podcatcher, at least all the... Yeah. If you find one we're not on, let me know. Yeah. I'll shoot them an email. And wherever you are listening or watching, if you could just take a second to subscribe, 5 stars, rate, review, whatever that looks like on your platform of choice. It really, really genuinely does help us out a lot. And we really do appreciate everyone who's been doing so. Mm-hmm. Well, thanks, Chris.
No problem, Amy.
I'm going to go back to my big corkboard with red string, trying to remember which one's Josh O'Connor, which one's, I want to say, Jack O'Connell, and that this man is neither of those people.
We're sorry to these men.
Who is the Challengers guy? Where did he go? Did we all dream him? Was he a mouse?
He was a priest in Knives Out.
No, that's Josh O'Connor.
Oh, shit.
I know who Josh O'Connor is.
But isn't he the Challengers guy?
There were 2 of them. They kissed each other.
That's the other boy.
No, Josh O'Connor was in Knives Out and Disclosure Day, but I don't hold that against him.
That's fine. He's trying his best.
He's great in Knives Out.
Yes, he is.
Should have gotten an Oscar nomination.
Oh, my gosh.
It's the end of the podcast.
Yeah, okay.
We got to go.
Bye.
We'll work this out. I'm Amy Newman.
I'm Chris Carr.
And if you followed this fandom, you'd be home by now.
But that movie was robbed.
It deserved an Oscar.
Furious.